everybody? It's Grim, your YouTube wrestling figures heavyweight champion, coming to you today with my rant about the news you've no doubt already heard about. CM Punk has joined the UFC. This is fucking believable, people. I can't believe we would ever see the day that this frail little fuck would decide to go out and fight people for real. Punk, you do realize that WWE is fake and UFC is for real. Although actually, a lot of people are starting to say that UFC is a work these days, but I still see them kicking the shit out of each other in the head. And at 36 years old, what the fuck does he think he's doing starting a career with men that are 10, 15 years younger than him and that have trained for this their entire lives? Meanwhile, CM Punk is prancing around in the WWE doing ballerina and gymnastics with the other WWE superstars. Not taken away from the WWE superstars. I know they get their asses kicked. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. I'm a trained professional wrestler myself, and I'm not trying to hate on CM Punk. Graham, fuck you! You hate CM Punk! Fuck you, Graham! No, I love CM Punk. CM Punk was one of my favorite WWE superstars when he was there. And I'm not trying to hate him just because he's gone. I'm not trying to hate here. I'm trying to rant. I don't give a shit if he is a trained fighter. Like I said, I'm a trained professional wrestler. You don't see my fat ass in the WWE because I can't handle getting my ass beat by the likes of Brock Lesnar. Okay? You know, there's a lot of people trained to do bullshit that they don't do. Like the guy who just made your sandwich at the Subway. He's got a law degree. You know, the guy fucking flipping the hamburgers at McDonald's? He's an engineer. He can build a bridge, but he ain't because he sucks. Are we 100% certain that CM Punk has signed up to fight the men in the UFC? I mean, maybe the motherfucker's gonna fight the chicks. CM Punk versus Ronda Rousey. That could sell some motherfucking pay-per-views. I mean, seriously. Hey, this guy came out on a podcast a week ago bitching about how Ryback is too stiff in the WWE, causing him rib injuries and pelvic injuries and on a fucking fake choreographed sport. And now you're gonna step into the octagon with guys who will rip your fucking face off and not give a shit? Ryback apologized. He said so. I'm dumb as fuck. I'm sorry. Ryback apologized. He worked stiff. He's trying to make the match look good. You're not worrying about making it look good here, Punk. You're gonna get fucking kicked in the head and get your bell rung. But Graham, CM Punk is a trained mixed martial artist. He knows jiu-jitsu. Yeah, well, guess what? You know they don't practice in jiu-jitsu? Taking a fucking swift kick to the head to see if they get knocked out or not. I want you to kick me in me noggin. Right here. Hard as you can. Knock me the fuck out. You know, they practice the holds, they practice the moves, they practice the kicks on the kick bags and all that kind of bullshit. Nobody says, okay, straight up, punch me in the face. See if you can knock me out. They don't practice that kind of thing. What's going to happen when he gets in there and then all the boom, boom. What the fuck did I do? I should go back to WWE. And that's his plan all along, in my opinion anyway. You know, Brock Lesnar left the WWE. He went to the UFC. He made a huge name for himself. He became the champion. And now he's back in the WWE making buku bucks and getting that Brock Lesnar money. I show up when I damn please because I'm a special attraction because I'm a former UFC champion. I know that. That's what CM Punk's thinking. He's like, oh, I'll go do UFC 2-3 years, go back to WWE, get my WrestleMania main event, and power to him. If that's your plan, great idea. My problem with that logic is Brock Lesnar is a legitimate fucking tough guy. The man is huge. The man is a beast. The man is a monster. He is physically, visually impressive. CM Punk is anything but. He looks like a gas station attendant, for crying out loud. The last thing that anybody's gonna be is intimidated of CM Punk. I'll tell you how this is gonna go down. Do you guys remember Kimbo Slice? They built him up for a big debut in fighting. I don't remember if it was UFC or not. But they built this poor guy, Kimbo Slice, up. Big first fight he's going to have. He went out there and he got knocked out in like 8 seconds. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen to CM Punk. The exact opposite is going to happen with CM Punk. I'll tell you why. Because Dana White is not dumb. Okay? Neither is CM Punk. Dana White already came out and said it. Dana White is the president of UFC, by the way. Dana White already came out and said, we're going to give CM Punk guys that are at his level. Basically, they're saying we're going to give him jobbers. You ever watch WWF back in the old days of Saturday Morning Superstars? Here comes to the ring, Razor Ramon. Currently in the ring, Dwayne Gill. Who the fuck's Dwayne Gill? I never seen this asshole before in my life. Oh, Razor Ramon just did his 5 signature moves and mopped the floor with the motherfucker. That's what they're gonna do. Real life, they're gonna feed jobbers to CM Punk his first few fights. This way CM Punk can get some fucking experience, learn how to beat some ass inside the octagon, before they actually feed him to a legitimate contender. Then we're gonna see if CM Punk is really worth being in the UFC, if he's gonna get his ass kicked or not. Other professional wrestlers have jumped into the UFC MMA fighting before. Batista had one fight and he won. Bobby Lashley has had a bunch of fights. Bobby Lashley can beat some ass. The problem is, Bobby Lashley is like Bobby Lashley, and I fucking kill you, Bobby Lashley. But you know what? Bobby Lashley's built. He's fighting super heavyweights. Now, CM Punk obviously is not going to fight the super heavyweights. You're not going to see CM Punk go up against Cain Velasquez or Brock Lesnar in the UFC. He's not going to fight those big guys. UFC goes by weights, so he's going to have to fight the CM Punk weight class guys, which I think they call them light heavyweights. Whoever the fuck, welterweights, fucker skinny weights, gas station attendant weights, I don't know. Whoever the fuck he fights, they're going to be guys on his level. Punk Grim! CM Punk left us! He left the WWE! What are we going to do? I have zero issue with CM Punk going outside of the WWE and pursuing other options. Being a WWE superstar is painful and brutal, and he said all that in his podcast, getting thrown on the floor night after night. Every bump you take in a WWE ring is like getting in a car accident. If I can try to relegate that to you guys who've never been in a wrestling ring before, it fucking hurts. These guys, they burn out, they get hurt, they get injured, they move on to other things. Like Chris Jericho, who goes out and does Twinkly Dancing with the Stars and game shows and whatever. But to actually step into the UFC, being 36, broke down and injured, I don't think that's the smartest thing, unless they legitimately are going to feed you inexperienced competitors that you know you can beat the shit out of. Which is most likely what's going to happen until he gets that little bit of a reputation and has to start fighting legitimate guys. And then we got half the internet going, oh, CM Punk's going to kick ass. CM Punk can fight. He's a great fighter. And the other half of the internet goes, oh, he's going to get his ass kicked. He's going to get his pussy caved in. I can't wait to see him get the shit kicked out of him. None of you know nothing. Show me a fucking CM Punk fight where he really fucking fought somebody for real. None of you have seen it. None of you, none of you, none of you. So nobody can say, CM Punk's gonna get his ass kicked. CM Punk can't fight. CM Punk can't fight. He's gonna be champ. Nobody knows. So let's just enjoy the ride and see where CM Punk takes us. Because it's gonna be fucking fun, people.
You think the fellas at the UFC would like to fight me in my pink panties? I think I'll wear my pink panties in my first fight.
And then everybody's wondering, what type of octagon attire is CM Punk going to wear when he fights in the UFC? Well, I would imagine that he's going to wear like the MMA fighter shorts, right? I mean, he's not going to go in there in the little tights like in WWE. He wanted to switch to the MMA shorts in WWE anyway. Vince McMahon told him no. CM Punk had sponsors lined up. He was going to have Slim Jims, dig it! And Vince McMahon told him no, and then allowed Brock Lesnar to do it, which was bullshit. I don't blame CM Punk for being mad. You know, and the other thing a lot of people are forgetting is that the UFC guys, they fight, every 3 or 4 months? I don't know. I don't really follow it, but they don't fight 5 times a week like they do in the WWE. So even if CM Punk goes out there and gets their shit kicked out of him, he's got months to recover before the fuck's got to fight again. So therefore, this is a lot less strenuous. But at the same time, CM Punk has been wrestling for 20 years. Those injuries don't heal in a year. They don't heal in 5 years or 10 years. The abuse on your body is there. Ask Mick Foley. I mean, seriously, 36 years old, CM Punk going to enter the UFC is like taking a 1996 Camaro and entering it in the Daytona 500. I don't think that the horse can keep up. Oh man, this is going to be great. One hell of a ride. And I can tell you what, I now have some interest in the UFC because I want to see CM Punk go out there and I want to see him either beat some ass or get his ass kicked or whatever the fuck happens to him. I'm interested. And that is where CM Punk has nailed the fuck out of it. Because for the past 2 or 3 weeks, this motherfucker has made the entire internet talk about him. He's more of a household name than the WWE ever made him. Everyone's like, what's CM Punk doing now? Holy shit, did you hear the podcast? Holy shit, did you hear CM Punk joined UFC? Holy shit, did you hear CM Punk got married to AJ? Holy shit, did you hear about CM Punk said about Vince McMahon's podcast? It's all about CM Punk. Credit to you, Punk. You got us all talking about you. Now, put some action behind your motherfucking mouth and let's see some shit. get out there in the UFC, kick some motherfucking ass, take names, win some titles, come back to WWE, main event WrestleMania, and nail the fuck out of it the way the best in the world can do. Because if you go out there and get your ass knocked out in 8 seconds UFC style, I'm gonna be sitting here on the internet like this. What a waste! But if you go out there and you win like the UFC light heavyweight championship or whatever else, I'll be sitting here on the internet like this. How about that kid, huh? He did all right for himself. Good for you, Phil. Thank you guys for watching, and please like this video, leave your comments, and subscribe for more. Nailed it!